Hello folks, those people that was following me on YouTube or have been watching me on YouTube, maybe some friends as well out there that know me. I am, I've just had I'm just out of my first exercises after hospitalisation for radical prostectomy. In other words, I had my prostate taken out because I had cancer, as I said in some of my other vlogs. I'm back on the canal. I've walked down to the canal. Bit of a struggle to get here, to be honest, at the moment. Be foolish for thinking I was going to be like 3 weeks and back up and out of bed and even back in towards work. Maybe I was fooling myself a little bit, but I have had quite a few complications. My surgery didn't go 100% plan. Apparently I had some my bladder has to be connected to my urethra once they take the prostate out, and they had to take some other things as well, so it was quite a lot to take out. So I had a quite severe surgery. Complications was the bladder was leaking when they finished the surgery or did the surgery, so they had to put on a drainage bag, also to drain my lymph nodes that were left inside. They took most of the lymph nodes out, but there would be some fluid that would be still appearing and coming back into the system, so they also put a bag on the side of me with a nasty tube sticking out my side. That was horrible because it was leaking. There was more going down the side of my stomach or my hips and onto a dressing than there was actually going down the pipe and into the bag. That caused a lot of problems. That caused even more confusion and complications, as I was out of hospital 10 days and then the lymph node fluid got infected down in my pelvis. So I had to go back into hospital. I had to have a nasty needle pushed through my buttock and down into the pelvis, and then they drained the fluid off that way, gave me lots of antibiotics by drip, etc., and I stayed back in hospital for another few days and then was released. So then I had a catheter bag that would normally be attached for about 3 weeks, and then you would probably go get it taken out, but because my bladder was leaking, they couldn't take it out. They had to wait until the bladder was healing, till it's healed completely before they could take the catheter out. So if you're having normal prostectomy, you'll probably have about 3 weeks and you'll probably have the catheter taken out. With me, typical of me, my luck, I went back for my first check after 3 weeks, and they said no, the bladder's still leaking, we can't remove the catheter bag, go back for another 2 weeks. And it's a horrible, the catheter bag was leaking quite a lot, and it was very painful as well. So I eventually got to 7 weeks, and which was only a couple of weeks ago now, less than a couple of weeks ago, and I got the catheter out. So here I am, 7 to 8 weeks down the road, and I only just had the catheter out, I think 4 days now. I'm now trying to get mobile. I'm going to stand up because it really hurts sitting down, especially on hard surfaces. So if you're going to have this kind of operation, that's one thing you will notice: you can't sit down on anywhere, especially if you've got the pipe sticking through through your back of your scrotum area. You just can't sit there. In fact, my scrotum area is very sore still, so I find it very hard to sit anywhere for a long time, much more than very few minutes. Walking's just, I'm not really great at walking yet. I've walked maybe about half a mile to where I am now. I'm going to try and walk a few more meters. and I'm just going to come back and have a seat over in this place over here and have a cup of coffee or something, and then walk back up home. So I'm going to be starting, this is ground day, so this is day 4, so it's ground day today. It's one of the first days that I am out and about. I managed yesterday to get into town. I got on the bus, walked down the street, which is not far, got on a bus, got off the bus at this bus station, I walked maybe a couple of 100 yards into the town centre, did a couple of things, got my hair cut actually, and then got back on the bus and did the reverse, and I was knackered when I finished, when I got home. So sleeping at the moment for me is, I'm obviously, the other thing I wanted to mention here is that I am incredibly incontinent. This was expected. Urine wise I'm incontinent, so hopefully we'll improve. I'm working on something called kegels. I think Americans call them kegels, but we call them pelvic floor exercises. So I'm doing those about 10 times a day, which is just tightening up the pelvic floor, and I'm doing that 10 to 12 repetitions, and I hold the tightness for about 12 seconds. I count to 12, then release it, and then I do that, and then I do 10 of those, and then I do 10 quick ones, which is what I've been instructed to do. I read about it, watched a bit of YouTube, other people's YouTubes as well. There are other people on YouTube that you can watch who go on about this as well, so you can always get a bit of advice from them. So I just thought I'd give you an update of where I am. Hope you're going to follow me over the next few days, few weeks. I'm going to take a few weeks to get back into motion, I think. I've not been in work for about coming to 4 months. They've been very good, to be honest, but they stopped paying my wages, full wages, about a month ago. So I'm now looking for help financially through my government. I've done that, and I've never really done much of that in the past before, so it's a bit of a strange area for me. I've always been a worker and not claimed many benefits, so, but they are telling me, and I've had other people telling me that I must apply for this help, and I need it, because otherwise I'm going to be stony broke and maybe out of a house and out of home and everything, so, and out of a job. So I'm looking to try and get back into work, but to be honest, just right at the moment, there's not a lot of things I can do, because I can't bend down. And pick something up from the floor, I'm going to leak. So the problem at the moment is leaking everywhere. I'm constantly wearing either pads or nappies. There's a guy on the internet, if you want to look on the YouTube, that covers all the things about the pads and the nappies, etc. So I'm using pads during the day and nappies at night. In fact, putting a pad inside the nappy at night. My night calls are about every 2 hours at the moment. I can hold urine for about up to, if I'm laying still and laying in bed, I will hold urine for a couple of hours, and then I can sense that I need to go. So I get up out of the bed, I can hold it, get to the toilet, and I can do a stream. I can stream some urine. But during the day, at the moment, I'm not finding any control. I don't even know when I'm ready to urinate, and there's no sense of that at the moment. I'm doing the kegels and the pelvic floor exercises, whatever you want to call them, and I'm hoping that's going to improve things. I'm not expecting miracles, but I'm going to battle on, yeah, look at some future things. And so thanks for following me here. I will do some more updates. I'm going to go out walking. I'll try and go walking every day, building up distances, and I'll try and do a couple of videos whilst I'm there as well. This was just like an update on my health, etc. And we'll do some videos on walking and places I'm going to try and get out to once I start getting a bit stronger. So for now and I'm just going to take a little short walk and go for a cup of coffee, because I've walked from my house to here, and I'm already needing a rest. But catch up with you soon.